Hey folks, following on from the Type 59 game, we now have one in the 59 pattern. I think this was my first match in it, or maybe like my second or something. Either way, I'm still getting adjusted to the tank. It's a pretty unique thing. You have the hull of the Type 59 with the turret of an M48, and roughly the maneuverability of an M48 as well. It's not super fast, like, the Type 59's not even that fast, it's kind of sluggish, but this thing's more sluggish, basically. If we just take a quick look at it, while waiting for the match to load, as I said, Type 59 chassis, M48 turret. It has the 90mm gun that the pattern historically carried, not the M68 it was later upgunned with. You do have the issue of the Tumor, the giant American cupola with the 50 cal in it. Honestly though, it's not really that much of a weak spot because the tank isn't very well armoured. The turret's not bad, the mantlet will eat things, but not as much as you would like. If we take a look at the actual ammunition, we have 240 alpha, standard for a 90mm gun, 173 pen on the AP, so it's about equivalent to the T69's gun, I think. 250 pen on the heat, and then the HE is HE, so who cares. So the gun's pen is not fantastic. The gun's handling is also not fantastic, which is kind of counterintuitive, because when you have a gun with poor pen, you expect it to have good handling, or at least high alpha. This kind of has neither. This thing's very sort of unremarkable, and it doesn't do anything especially well except gun depression because of the pattern turret. See me taking a snapshot there at the Comet. I couldn't really get an angle on him. I should note I was kind of lagging through this match, quite unpredictably, so I was struggling to get accurate shots off, and so I played it a little slower than I'd normally like to. Part of that also was the fact that I was trying to get used to the tank. Taking a bit of a risk here. I'm kind of skylining myself to the tanks on the left, but they don't appear to be paying attention, and I'm able to get a nice meaty shot into that IS-6 as he turns his turret side onto me. However, there's an ISU here. I'd like to get a shot into him, but I'd like to not take one in return, so I wait a moment, hoping he'll be distracted. I end up getting relit, and so I pull back for a minute and look for something else to give my attention to. Bit of a risky spot here. The enemy do have Arty, albeit only one of them. They also have that super Pershing pushing through the castle. Now, you may notice, well, I'd hope you'd notice, that red shear has changed pretty dramatically. They do this every other patch. Red shear just gets a rework and nobody knows how to play it anymore. The northeastern corner hasn't really changed much. The big change is the sort of layout of the hill, the cap points, and then the river's been diverted south, while the castle was added on the west side. You also have some more building cover. It's a noticeable change, but it's not super significant. It's not like they reversed the whole map or anything. There are a couple of other map changes as well, I believe. I haven't really played the game so much recently, so I'm still kind of catching up with a lot of the changes they've made. Here I go for a shot on the LTTB as he rushes out into the open to kill our VK, and there's the super Pershing, and he's tracked nicely. Unfortunately, before I can get my second shot in, he's able to repair his track and pull back into cover, so the shot goes at the SU-100 instead. You can see this thing's gun handling isn't awful, but it's not great. It's better than the Type 59's, but it's not as good as an American tank. So it's kind of this curious middle child, which has neither the turret armor of the Type 59 nor the gun handling of the Fatten. It's really odd. The main reason I got it is just because it's so adorably stupid looking, I couldn't help it. In terms of practical purposes, if you have a Type 59, there's not really much reason to go out of your way to get this unless you're interested in playing the tank. If you just want a Chinese crew trainer, stick with a 59. This does not get preferential matchmaking, none of the new premiums do. Wargaming have basically done away with it, and you may have noticed a lot of the premiums that do have it are being slowly removed from the store. Apparently they don't like the concept of preferential anymore and are trying to get rid of it. Which is not to say that tanks that have it will have it removed. I'm pretty sure they won't. It's more a case of the tanks that have it will be removed from sale and then only put up every now and then for special sales. Did take a pretty bad beating there. I'm nearly dead, and so I pull back into some foliage cover here, hoping to conceal myself. Immediate order of business is to get rid of this Super Pershing and his light tank friends. The Charioteer is causing me a lot of trouble, as he was, well, not him, but as the Charioteer in my last match was. Those things are really dangerous. They do have some severe disadvantages: lack of gun depression, lack of armor, poor gun handling, but they really do have a monstrous gun for this tier. It's a tier 10 medium tank gun on a tier 8 tank destroyer. It pens basically forever. Chaffee goes down to the VK before I can finish him. I won't complain. Look for a shot on the IS-3. I get it through, but it's a really, really low roll. And so that buys him a moment while I look for the finisher on the Super Pershing and fail to get it. This guy can't actually see me, which is good, because he would have had a perfect chance to finish me off there if he had seen me. Kind of playing it cautiously here, waiting for him to reveal himself. It's really close at the moment. I don't trust my team to win this if I get killed, and so I would rather play a much more cautious game and stay alive to carry at the end than get done in and watch these guys lose it. With that said, our Type 59 isn't bad, but, you know, I've seen much better teams than this collapse before, so the longer you can stay alive, the better a chance you have of winning, unless you are a 44% who's actively harmful for your team. Down goes the Charioteer, finally. I see a chance at the IS-3 here. He's occupied by the Type 59, so if I can slip up the side of him while he's not paying attention, I can finish him off. I just give the 59 a bit of time to work around him, and of course my shot bounces. That's 173 pen in action. Part of it was the angle, but this gun really is not trustworthy against heavy tanks, even at its own tier. So you're really going to have to flank in this. Now it's not slow, not by any means. It's also not fast. It can flank, but you're going to have trouble getting away with it because you are a very tall target. The pattern turret makes you very obvious. It gives you nowhere near the ninja-like camo of the Type 59, and so you're going to be relying on equal parts mobility and clever tactical decisions. All up though, it's not a bad tank. It's pretty fun to play. It's certainly unique. I wouldn't say it's unique in the way of some tanks, but it's unique in the way of it being a mashup of two existing tanks that many people are used to playing already. And so it takes a bit of adapting to, but it's not bad. I think it was a pretty decent thing to get. Of course, I have this problem where I just have to catch them all, and I really like weird sort of Flipperbabby tanks, so I couldn't help myself in getting it. Get it if you're interested. If you're looking for a Chinese crew trainer, I guess you don't really have the option of a Type 59 anymore, but if you have a 59 and you just want to train crew, don't bother. Anyway, that's it for this one. Can't really think of anything else to say. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.